Yo, happy Thursday, everyone. It is November 2nd, almost 11:30 a.m. here in Holland, Michigan. I'm just chilling in my dorm right now at Hope College. Just got out of class at 10:50. Played a couple games of Rocket League, and now I'm here. Thought I'd attempt to get some content put together for a video. Today, I gave a speech in my one class that I had, being public presentations, and I gave a speech on willing to be wrong, attempting to persuade people to be willing to be wrong. It's such an important part of life, and I want to give that presentation to you guys, and maybe it can help some of you guys out. Who knows? So, either way, here we go. We got a quote from Steve Jobs to start it off. I don't really care about being right. I just care about success. I don't mind being wrong. I'll admit that I'm wrong a lot. It really doesn't matter too much to me. What matters to me is that we do the right thing. The main point I got from this is that it's not as much about being right, but rather doing right. Come back to that later. Why should you guys listen to what I'm telling you, what I'm presenting today, is because not only am I trying to persuade you guys to be willing to be wrong and willing to acknowledge how wrong we are at times and how flawed we are, and to admit to that, is because not only am I trying to persuade you guys, but I'm trying to persuade myself as well. It is something we can all grow in and improve upon. So guess what? You guys are flawed. You aren't perfect. And neither am I. We are all flawed. We are all imperfect in such a perfect way, it seems. Being wrong is just as much a part of life as being right. Similar to yin yang, black and white, light and dark, good and bad, life and death. It's a balance. It is necessary that we acknowledge, admit to, and learn from our faults to provide a better future for ourselves and for those around us. Learning to properly admit our faults has many vital benefits. In R.J. Sternberg's book, Psychology 101 and a Half, The Unspoken Rules for Success in Academia, reads, in our work on practical intelligence, we have found that the people who are most successful often are those who admit to and learn from mistakes. When asking ChatGPT why I should admit fault, this is the list I received. Produces growth and learning, trust and credibility, constructive dialogue, problem solving, conflict resolution, self-reflection, resilience, and stronger relationships in all areas of life, whether it be personal or business or relationship with just the world around us and with God as well. So, learning to admit that we are wrong is not an easy thing, but it is so very crucial to our success as people and the success of our relationships as well. This ties into Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that pyramid that you've probably seen maybe once or twice. In order to achieve even the third step of love and belonging, we need to be able to admit our faults and humble ourselves. This leads to true, positive, and genuine connections with those around us and our communities. We read from Matthew 3, verse 8, bear fruit in keeping with repentance. And what is repentance, you might ask? Well, repentance is basically the whole idea of acknowledging your faults, acknowledging your sin, acknowledging that you will miss the mark. That is what sin means. To miss the mark, to fall short. To acknowledge that and to change moving forward, to attempt to do better. That is repentance, and bearing fruit in that, the fruits of the Spirit, which I've mentioned before. It's kind of like the whole point of any of my videos is to get those fruits out there, and more as well. And these fruits are, say it along with me now: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. There are a vast multitude of quotes about being wrong and how it's good for us. There is also an infinite amount of examples of how people make mistakes and continually fall short. Seth Godin says this: the secret to being wrong isn't to avoid being wrong. The secret is being willing to be wrong. The secret is realizing that wrong isn't fatal. Mark Manson states, being wrong opens up the possibility of change. Being wrong brings the opportunity for growth. Marilyn Kennedy goes on to say, it's better to be boldly decisive and risk being wrong than to agonize at length and be right too late. And on that note of being right, being right doesn't matter if the way that you act out your rightness is not righteous. Rightness, being right, and being righteous are not the same. They do not equate one another. It's important to understand that difference. Of course, it's still good to be right, and being righteous is the right thing to do, but you could be right about a specific topic and still be at fault in the way that you act that out. A good example of this is J. Cole and his song Snow on the Bluff. Responds to another progressive musician who goes by No Name. And the lines go as follows. She's mad at these crackers, mad at these capitalists, mad at these murder police. She's mad at my brothers. She's mad at our ignorance. She wears her heart on her sleeve. She's mad at the celebrities. Low-key, I be thinking she's talking about me. Now, I ain't no dummy to think I'm above criticism. So when I see something that's valid, I listen. But shoot, there's something about the Queen's tone that's bothering me. Only a few lines later, he says, just 'cause you're woke and I'm not, that ain't no reason to talk like you are better than me. A lot of the time when we are right in a certain area, like if you're arguing with your friend about whether it's this or that or the other thing, and you think it's option number one, they think it's option number two, and you look it up on Google and you find it's option number one, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm right, suck it. Like, you're so wrong, dude. Like, that's just as wrong as being wrong in the first place, if not more. So, just because you are correct in what you're talking about and on the situations and all that does not mean that the way you express that to the people around you is good or helpful or positive or efficient. Celebrities make apologies all the time. And forgive me if the quality of the sound in this video is absolute garbage. I don't feel like I want to invest in a microphone right now. Maybe I can go to studio sometime if I actually get into this, but either way, that's not the point. Celebrities make apologies all the time, considering they're regular people that just, are in the spotlight. They make mistakes. They're flawed, just like the rest of us. Some of the apologies are good and honest, and others not so much. Take Rihanna and Chase Stokes, for example. I think most of us know Rihanna. If you don't know Chase Stokes, he was John B, I think, in Outer Banks. I never watched it, but I just, Rihanna, in her situation, she used a song that had narration of Muslim sacred text from the Hadith, I believe is how you say it, that was used in a fashion show. So the text was not respected. It was used in an inappropriate setting that offended a lot of fans. She responded as follows: honest yet careless mistake. We understand that we have hurt many of our Muslim brothers and sisters, and I'm incredibly disheartened by this. She goes on to say, this won't happen again. We will take measures to prevent this, etc. A seemingly honest and caring apology, in my opinion. And then we come to Chase, who had previously made offensive remarks to the LGBTQ plus community and responded as follows: I am flawed, and I am sorry. True. It's a true statement. That's what he said. I'm flawed and I'm sorry. But then he goes on to blame hackers for these incidents and other incidents, implying that the apology was not genuine, and that he was like, well, yeah, I'm sorry, but like, it's not actually my fault. I'm sorry that those things, that what I said made you feel bad, but it actually wasn't my fault. So that's a poor example of how to own up to your mistakes. While acknowledging and owning up to our mistakes can be difficult and unpleasant at times, it's much more beneficial and desirable than the alternative. Failure is simply a part of the natural balance and way of life. As stated by numerous individuals, it gives us the opportunity to grow, progress, and improve ourselves and our society. To close, I'd like to leave you with a quote from one of the great intellectual philosophers of our time, Lil Yachty. Oh man, failure, that took time to understand. Like, failure doesn't always mean defeat. More so, like, try again. Shoot, try even harder. Revise your steps and rewrite your future. Yay, good job. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, that was my speech. I honestly thought I did a pretty good job, but I was over time by like a minute and a half. And then again, I took even longer to present it on here because I want to make sure I get all of the good content, all of the substance, all the meat of the topic and of the claim in as I can. The timeline for the speech was actually 7 minutes and like a little bit over. I went 8 minutes and 40 seconds on here. I was probably about like 12 minutes of me actually doing the speech. So another reason, as I think I've mentioned in previous videos, of why I want to do this YouTube channel is just to improve my communication skills. I honestly, like 110%, I want to, like, pause. When doing the research for this and, celebrities, whatever, J. Cole is one of my favorite artists, and in just looking at the song and the lyrics of that song and other songs that he has, it's like, dang. And then Lil Yachty too, and some of the stuff in his songs, in his album Let's Start Here, and numerous other high class people in our society that seem to have quite a bit to offer. I want to get to know those people. I want to experience a meal, some fellowship with these people. So another reason why I'm doing this YouTube is to get myself out there. I feel like I know. Well, I feel, yes, of course, but I know that I have something to offer in the area of communication. And so with this channel, I hope to hone those skills and potentially grow some sort of social prowess that I can use to change the world, because I know that we the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Yeah, sorry, I just had to whip that one out on you guys right there, like, no cap. It's kind of out of pocket, but I don't really care. That's just me. That's who I am. And I encourage you guys to be a little bit out of pocket too. Not too out of pocket, of course, because, that's, we got to keep it, sane and semi-socially acceptable. But I encourage you guys to get out of the box. Get out of the pocket. Who wants to be in the pocket all the time? Like, no one? What? I don't know. I have a lot to say, and hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying and actually care about it and can take something away from it. If not, that's fine. That just means I need to do a better job of talking about things that people care about. So any feedback is good feedback at this point. If you want to leave hate comments and diss on me and whatever, please do so. I am willing to be wrong. So please call me out. That doesn't always mean that I'm wrong, and I can argue that I'm correct. But I am willing to be wrong and to look at it from the other side, and I encourage you guys to do so as well. So thank you for listening, and I love you guys. God bless. Have a wonderful day.